Hey guys, this is Adam. Thanks for serving with student worship. You guys are awesome. Thank you for doing that. I wanted to give you a quick look at the Loop Community Prime program, which is what we're using to run our clicks, loops, and tracks for songs now. So this is going to be important for us with 3 campuses and sometimes not having musicians to fill every position. So the tracks are going to make it possible for us to have all the sounds we want in the songs. Even if we don't have, like 8 guitar players and a song has 8 guitar parts. So it's going to be pretty cool. This rig is pretty simple to use. So and it's pretty powerful as well. So I wanted to give you guys a quick, just shout out and show you how to use this. For this week at Orland, we're running the iConnectivity interface, which you can see right there. Basically what happens, the iPad gets plugged in right here with the lightning jack, so it's simultaneously sending audio to that interface and charging the iPad, so we don't have to worry about it running out of battery mid-set or anything weird like that. So the cool thing is, if you look at this interface right here, you've got your song kind of laid out in waveform, broken up into sections at the top. You've got your set list for the night right here. This is not our August 23rd set list, that hasn't been made yet. This is just an example. I don't know why it's showing a weird fuzzy blue thing on the screen of my camera, so just ignore that. That's not on the iPad. That's a mechanical malfunction of some kind. Anyway, so you'd have all the songs in our set right here. The cool thing is, to activate a song, you just tap on the screen of that song. So we just brought up Unstoppable God right there, and there's its tracks and all that good stuff. That tells us what key the song is in, what its tempo is. It's a beautiful thing. So if we move down here, we've got kind of our play bar. Should you need to change the key or tempo of a song, you probably shouldn't, but if you do, you can simply do it using these arrows right here. So that just changed that song to B flat, move it back, and it'd be in B. Okay, pretty crazy. It does the same thing with tempo. It's pretty cool. So you can leave that master turned all the way up right there. What we need to know with the songs is simply, if you want to play a track, you hit play, and it plays everything that's in the track. So that means the click, the cues, the backing tracks, all that stuff. So like we've got Unstoppable queued up right here. I'll hit play. You can't really hear the clicks and cues right now because they're just running to the in-ears. You might be able to lightly hear the tracks in the house right now, but that's not all that important. You can pause it right where it's at, or you can stop it, which then takes you right back to the beginning of the song. Pretty stinking cool, all right? Now, the other feature here is we can actually sort of mix the audio that we're sending to the house with these individual tracks right here, which is awesome. So if you're hearing in the loop in your ears that there's way too much acoustic guitar, you find acoustic guitar on its own track, and you just use your finger to turn that volume level up or down. So that's right there, boom, 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 pretty sweet. It gives us the capability to really mix that stuff on the fly. So you as the MD kind of have the control over that, so you'll want to talk to your sound guy and say, hey, are you getting too much of any particular sound in the tracks, and just adapt. Okay, it's pretty cool. Your clicks and cues are down here. Generally just keep those full up. I'm sorry, actually that's not correct. What you want to do is start with those down just a little bit. That way, if your band, you have some headroom. So if your band is, oh man, nobody can hear the clicks, you just pop that up, or vice versa. So that's kind of a nice little strategy there, if the audio guy can't accommodate you. So the cool thing is, with this iConnectivity interface, we're actually able to run multiple outs as well. So we can route all of these sounds to different channels, okay? Which is very cool and is going to give us some freedom. What we're doing right now, for the occasions when we have a bass player who doesn't show up, right? We'll be running bass to its own channel. You see channel 3 right there, okay? That means that'll send out of this interface to its own channel in the house. That means our sound guy can mix that bass independently. Gives him a lot more freedom to make it sound like there's, hey, a real bass player there, instead of just having the bass sounds embedded in a track with a bunch of other stuff. So we'll have clicks and cues always on channel 1. We'll have our generic tracks channel as channel 2, okay? So that means all the sounds that can sort of be lumped into one channel are in 2. And then you see I have electric guitars on channel 4 right there. That'll be up and running soon, but some of our house channels are not working at Orland. So until we figure that out, we'll just stick electrics, back in channel 2 for the time being. So to change a channel, you would just literally just tap on that button that displays the channel to cycle through. So now you see electric guitar 1 is back on channel 2. You leave these guys as mono at all times and you're good to go. If you want to get out of this setting where you're changing, output channels, you just click outs, and you're right back here where you can turn any track on or off. You can solo a track if you need to hear it on its own for any reason during sound check, and you can be in good shape. For me, I don't think it's worth ever muting any channels or turning them off. I think if you don't want to hear a channel, you do what I did here with BGV, where you just cycle its volume all the way down to 0%, and then it's not going to come through. So I think that's mostly all you need here, guys. What we'll do during the sets for right now, while I'm still trying to figure out how transitions work well with this setup, it's just a matter of, as soon as song 1 ends, you're going to hit channel 2, or the next song on the set list, you know, and then you have to hit play again. So transitions might, you know, be a little slow in the interim, but we'll figure it out, and there is a way to get this program to transition automatically. It's just a matter of getting the timing to work on it, and then we'll start integrating that as well. So that's Prime, guys. Again, thanks for serving, thanks for having Hearts for Worship, and feel free to hit me up with any questions. Thanks.